There's been a delay in the KDX 200 project, and I'm not happy about that because I feel like when I introduce you guys to a project and I get you interested in it, it's really inconsiderate for me to just go silent. And I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you've never done that before. Just gone silent on a project. Like on the Shasta,
I'm trying to
the Ruckus.
I'm trying to make a change for the better here. There's a good reason for the gap in production, is that we have been overwhelmed for about the past 2 weeks with garbage. I've got a rental property and the people stopped paying the rent, so I said, you need to either pay the rent or leave. I was really hoping they would just pay. Just pay. They didn't. They left. And they left behind mattresses, 10 pickup truck loads full of trash.
I'm pretty sure we're up to 11.
11 pickup truck loads full of trash, microwave ovens, and an old arcade machine with $27 worth of quarters inside. And the game works too. My son has been able to take a few laps around the Super Monaco GP. Because I had to step away from this motorcycle for a while, it made me really think about my diagnosis from last time, which was a faulty crankshaft seal, which let gearbox oil into the combustion chamber and caused the really smoky running condition that we all witnessed. That's the best thing I could come up with, and I think it's still a good possibility of why this runs so poorly, but something has been nagging at me. This doesn't just burn a lot of oil, it also goes through an obscene amount of gas. Let me show you something. Camera girl, take this.
Oh dear.
And hold it right behind the exhaust pipe.
You hate me.
So that was maybe 20 seconds of runtime. Sometimes when you have a problem, the best thing to do is put it on paper.
Oh.
That's not just oil, but it's gasoline too. In fact, watch this. See, it burns. Oil wouldn't burn like that. So because of this inconsistency, in the evenings after a day of dragging couches around and shoveling shoes, I've been trying to figure out what else could cause an extremely rich condition in a motor like this. I've already cleaned the carburetor, I've made sure the jetting is right, I switched the carburetors with the parts bike earlier. I really thought I eliminated the carburetor as a problem. However, I'm going to take it off one more time. I also want to say I really appreciate everybody's comments and helpful suggestions about what might be wrong with the motorcycle. I'm flattered to think that not only do you watch the video, but you're willing to offer me your expertise. That's what I love about doing this, the community interaction that I have with the viewers. So thank you for that. Hopefully we can get this sorted out. So what we have here is the needle valve, which lets gas into the carburetor through this hole. When the level gets high, the floats shut off the fuel flow so it doesn't overflow. The main jet, which lets gasoline through the bore at high engine RPM. The pilot jet, which is in this hole, which meters gas into the bore in low RPM. Both of these are the correct size and they're clean. The fuel passages and air passages right here are all clean. The choke is working correctly. I didn't know what else could be wrong with this carburetor, but I did some digging. I looked on the internet. This carburetor is two pieces. There's the main carburetor body right here, and there's this piece, which is called the jet block. There's a gasket between the jet block and the carburetor body that seals up the cracks right here and underneath this piece. I've heard the idea floating around that if this gasket goes bad, it can cause an overly rich condition. Can you imagine if I was just about to split the cases on the motor when a $5 part could have solved the problem?
I can't.
If I'm being honest with everybody, I'm not sure if I want this gasket to fix the problem or not. If it fixes the problem, I saved myself a whole lot of work, but I just spent the last video grandstanding about what I think the problem is, and it's this and that, and I know what I'm talking about. If this doesn't fix the problem, and the crank seal is the culprit, it's so much work, but I'd be right. Pride. Just pride. Anyway, I ordered one of these gaskets. Let's take this off, see what the original one looks like, and replace it.
Do you think it's gonna fix it? I want to know what you think.
Oh, beforehand.
Yes.
And we're gonna put this in the video.
Yes.
I really don't think that what little leakage I saw in this seal can cause such a terrible running condition. But the same kind of holds true for this thing. There's only a little bit of space in there. How is all that gas getting through the engine? It's absurd. But to answer your question, which I wasn't ready for, I'm going with the O-ring.
Really?
I think the O-ring will do it.
See, I don't think it's gonna do it. So we're split.
Okay, let's see. There's the gasket.
It looks rough.
Well, it doesn't look terrible though. Oh, it was...
Is it supposed to be so flat? Isn't it supposed to be kind of plump?
I think you might be right.
This one is more pancakey. This one is more donutty.
I'll put it in here and see if it makes a difference. Can you imagine if this fixes the whole issue?
That'd be something else.
This is how I get though. Whenever I think there's a possibility that the problem will be solved, happiness, excitement.
And then it doesn't work.
Then the crash. It's emotional, very emotional mechanic work. Okay, let's get it on there.
Here goes your mood.
I don't think the black hand lies. Just trust me that this is gas. I'm not going to use the torch here. Dreams are dashed. Let's change it around a little bit. I owe it to you, camera girl. When we did the last video, when we started the last video, what did you ask about in the beginning? You wanted to work on the KDX.
Oh, the ruckus. I wanted you to fix the ruckus seat.
Ruckus seat. Well, it's time for me to settle up with you on that. I got something for my wife. A ruckus seat, and not just a ruckus seat, a red ruckus seat. The red did not come factory on the black ruckus. The red only came on the white ruckus. So this will be a custom configuration. I got a good buy on this seat because even though it looks good from the top and sides, it's been chopped up on the bottom a little bit, but I can live with that. Should we put it on?
Yes.
How about you put it on? You put me on the spot all the time. Camera girl, put the seat on your ruckus. I think you just need to get these two guys. 10 millimeter.
How do you have, is this even organized? 10 millimeter is most common. You have it out. I found one.
Are you gonna turn it the right way? Look at that, just instinct. Now, there's your first mistake. You got a nut driver. What you need is a ratchet.
Stop, I know what to get. I'm tempted to get this T thing. I knew that nut driver was a mistake.
That's why you grabbed it?
Ow!
I think this will look good. Red seat, red lettering on the side, red tail light. It coordinates, it goes. Not too shabby. Good job.
2 volts, I can handle that.
The battery's dead.
Oh, you're kidding.
It's been so long since we've ridden it. No, actually, the battery in the Husqvarna was dead, and I wanted to ride that, so I stole it out of the ruckus to put it in here, and I put the dead one in the ruckus. So next time, we'll take another run at the KDX, and I'll sort out the battery on your scooter too. I was really hoping that would work. Thanks for watching.